This video will go over the process of running a clash detection on a model. At this point, you should have already created the federated model. If you haven't done that yet, there's another video for that. But now the model's all put together, it's all federated, we're ready to just run a clash detection on it. So the first thing you want to do is go to the Clash Detective button, and that's under the Home tab. Click on the Home. Over here on the right-hand side, there's a Clash Detection button there. From there, we need to set up some clash tests. So click the button that says Add Test, and we'll set up a couple groups right now. Mechanical against plumbing. Go down here and click on the Select tab. Pick your mechanical, pick your plumbing. Add another test. We'll do mechanical, electrical. Go down, pick mechanical, pick electrical. Add another test. Do mechanical, fire protection. Pick mechanical, pick fire protection. Add another test. Do plumbing and electrical. So pick plumbing and pick electrical. Add another one. Let's see, what do we have left? Electrical and fire protection. And we'll pick electrical and we'll pick fire protection. From there, we hit the button that says Update All, and that runs a clash. And so we've got 4 clashes for mechanical and electrical, 3 for plumbing and electrical, and 16 for electrical and fire protection. So you can look at the results in this tab and go through the clashes individually by clicking through there. If you want to see where they're at in the model, you can click on this button that says Dim Other, and that gives you a wireframe of the rest of the building. You can jump around, look at the clashes that way. One thing that we do so that you can kind of see all the clashes at the same time is by grouping them and coloring them. So to do that, click on Hide Other to get it back to just this. We'll start with mechanical and electrical. There's 4 clashes in there. First thing we want to do is group them. So we're going to hold the Shift button, highlight all 4 of the clashes, click on this button. It's going to group them all together as one. And then we'll pick the Select button, Select Box. Now we've highlighted those 4 clashes, and we'll hit the Save Selection button. Pops up our sets, and we'll call this our mechanical and electrical. Mechanical electrical set. Let me drag that over here. Next to plumbing and electrical, there's 3. So we'll hold down the Shift button. We'll highlight those 3. Zoom out a little bit so we can see them. We'll window around those, and we'll save that selection. We'll call that plumbing and electrical. Oh, you know what? I didn't group them. Sorry, delete that. I've highlighted them, forgot to hit the group button. Hit that button, that groups them together. So now we see all 3. Window around those, save that selection. Now that's our plumbing and electrical. Last one is electrical and fire protection. We'll highlight those. We'll group them. We'll window around them. And we will save that selection as electrical and fire protection. Now, mechanical plumbing had 0, mechanical fire protection had 0. Typically, there's clashes in those, so we would do the same thing, and you would have 5 sets over here. But since those are 0, we only have 3. So pretty easy. We'll go back to our building. I'm going to click Color Equals Scope in our viewpoints to get the whole building centered. We want to gray out the entire building. So in our selection tree, select all the models. You can use the Shift button to select them all at once. Right click, override the color to gray. Now we want to color the parts of the building that actually cause the clashes. And so we're going to use this chart to decide what color to make those. And so over here on our sets, we have mechanical, electrical. So that one we're going to color blue. Plumbing and electrical, we're going to color those yellow. and electrical and fire protection, we're going to color those this light blue. And so how you do that now is back over in your selection tree, change it from standard to sets. Now we've already grayed out the building, so everything's great. But now we're in the sets. I can right click on mechanical and electrical, change that to blue. Right click on plumbing and electrical, change that to yellow. Right click on electrical and fire protection, change that to light blue. Now, had we had the these other classes, we would have those other colors as well. But since those were 0, we don't need to worry about them. All right, so now we're back to our building. We've changed those colors. You can't see them because they're hidden underneath the roof. But we updated those colors, so now we want to say save viewpoint color equals clash. And right click on that, click on the edit button and check these 2 boxes to save that scenario. We created this one without roof, so now if we pick color equals clash without roof, that's going to show our building grayed out with our clashes colored. If we want it back to the regular colors, we could click color equals scope, and you'll see that it switches it back to every scope having its own single color. But now if I go back to color equals clash without roof, and we zoom in, now it becomes obvious where these clashes are at. Over here, this light blue one, so that's fire protection and electrical. It looks like it's a flex piece of fire protection, so probably not a real clash anyway in the field. Over on this side of the building, same thing, piece of flex fire protection in this electrical box, probably not a real clash in the field. This one, we have a hanger that's into this electrical box, but again, in the field, I'm sure that hanger in the model is probably oversized, probably not an issue in the field. So far so good. Probably not a lot of real clashes in this anyway. This one, we have an electrical box. Yeah, I don't know why that one showed up. Oh, there's an actual clearance zone underneath that J box that they want to keep clear. It's kind of hidden in the model until I click there. But there's some fire protection that's running through that access area. It's just barely into it, so that might have been okay in the field, or maybe in the field they moved that pipe over a little bit. Not sure, not a real big deal. But if that is a clash that you want to then capture for future reference, position yourself to where you can see it, and you can right click in viewpoints and just make a viewpoint for it. And you can say maybe fire protection clash against electrical access. You name it whatever you want, but that creates a shortcut for it. So now you can click on it and it'll jump back to it in the model. Let's see what other clashes we have over here. Electrical and plumbing. It looks like there was they modeled in some crop circles of where their hanger placement is going to be. The hangers still fit. That may or may not be an issue in the field, having those hangers that close together. It might have been installed that way, or they might have moved it. This one we have, it looks like it's an electrical conduit support into the ductwork. that conduit was modeled. Yeah, so I'm not sure how they addressed that in the field. Maybe that support got moved to the other side of the duct, but we can flag that and say electrical support into mechanical duct. Over here we have another electrical support into a plumbing pipe. So maybe that unit strut was shortened in the field. Maybe they moved it, not sure. It is a clash in the model. We can flag that and say electrical support into plumbing. So that's all the clashes I see in this building. Not too bad. So at that point, the best thing to do is, I'm going to change my sets back to standard, hit the save button. So you save now this information inside of your NWF file. If you want to print these, print this as a report, you can go up into output, and there is a viewpoint report, and you can print that out. Save that file. Show you what it looks like. We open up that file. It'll show examples of those pictures, and then you can print that as a PDF if you want a checklist to give to your subcontractors or something to put in a file. You can do that. We use BIMTrack on all of our new projects, but at this point we don't have this project set up in BIMTrack. But for future projects, you'll ask me about BIMTrack, and that's how we'll log our clashes. So that's a quick summary of how to run a clash report, how to change the colors of the objects to see what the clashes are, and then how to create some viewpoints to store those clashes for future reference. If you need to click through them through the model while you're on a phone call or in a meeting with subcontractors or anyone else that wants to look at those clashes. And that's it.